Yesterday, I ran a marathon around the In-N-Out drive-thru and almost got arrested. Cops are here, I gotta go. And today, we're going surfing. You guys had a lot of questions on the last video, and I feel like I didn't do a great job explaining myself, so I'm gonna answer a few questions in this video. One main question I saw was, why? Why am I doing this? The honest truth to that question is, I really like the way the Strava flyover maps look when you run a really far distance in a small little area. And so I started with the Chick-fil-A marathon earlier this year. I then did the Krispy Kreme marathon, and since I had no issues at those two places, I decided to do the In-N-Out marathon. Little did I know that would lead to the cops being called. The next most asked question was, why didn't I just leave when they asked me to leave? One thing I think I should make clear is when I do these drive-thru marathons, I don't do them when the business is actually open. I showed up to that In-N-Out at 5:30 in the morning so I could run and be finished before they opened at 10:30. Little did I know, at 5:30 in the morning, there are still In-N-Out employees already there. I think the cleaning crew shows up at like 5 a.m. However, that being said, the morning crew was totally chill with me. When they asked like, dude, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm running a marathon around this In-N-Out drive-thru. They're like, that's awesome. Do you need to clock in afterwards? Like, they were being super cool about it. It made me think like, oh, this is gonna be no problem. Like, these guys are chill. I'm having a great time. So that was at like 6 a.m. that the morning crew approached me. So I was on my merry way for the first half. There was literally no issues. But then two other employees showed up that I had not spoken to before. These ones were not part of the morning crew. They looked like they were there to actually cook the food once they finally opened. Now here's where it gets interesting. So the two employees that approached me were a guy and a girl. The guy did basically no talking. It was purely just the girl. Obviously at first they were super confused about what was going on and like, hey, you need to leave, what are you doing? And once I explained, hey, I'm just running a marathon around the drive-thru, I'll be done before you open, can I just finish this? The girl was like, I guess so. She said sure, but that she'd still need to check with her manager. She made me believe that it was cool for me to finish. I got the clear and the go ahead to finish what I was doing. Regardless of me being dressed like one of their employees or not, they said it was fine. So that initial interaction was about 8:30 in the morning. No other employee approached me for the rest of the morning. The next interaction I had was with the police. So that was super fun. I had now gotten to mile 24 of my run and only had 2 miles left when I saw that guy from before that I mentioned that didn't speak up earlier come back outside on his cell phone. Seeing that, I was like, I immediately thought the worst, like, dang, is he really gonna call the cops? But in the back of my head, I'm like, no, they said it was fine for me to be there. They said I could finish. But when I finally got close enough to him, I overheard him talking on the phone, hey, there's a threatening guy here refusing to leave. He's impersonating one of our employees and like causing a disturbance. Can you please send the police out here as soon as possible? What? So it was at that point I had a decision to make. Do I finish the run or do I just go home and not risk an interaction with the police? And as you can tell from the video, I chose the second option. Cops are here, I gotta go. That's wild, I can't believe they called the cops. In the end, it was totally fine. The cops were super chill about it. They understood that I was in a weird predicament where they said I could finish, but then still called the cops. It's like they almost were trying to trap me. Like,